Today, we're shooting different, and I'm going to explain what I'm doing. So let's get going. It's showtime! This video, from memory, I'm on video mode, 4K 24 frames per second, rock steady, low light image enhancement is automatic, Pro is off, and everything else will be the norm. And that is what my settings are. What we're going to be doing next is shooting in C1. But before we go, I'm Fish, thank you for joining, and this is the best vlog setting. Now these settings may be good for me and good for some, but not all. And this was mentioned online by others. So I'm going to tell you the settings the best I can, and if I forget, I will put them on the video and down in the description below when I have a chance. I also made a C2 for the reason of this is daytime vlogging and I need a nighttime vlogging, and I also need, a sports vlogging. The settings are 4K, 24 frames, rock steady, field of view, for me, D-warp, and we're changing to Pro. The auto exposure, you're gonna click, and you're gonna have a couple of settings in there, your shutter speed, your ISO, and your EV value. Remember, sometimes when you go back and look at your shutter speed, the EV value changes of what the camera sees, different than the other. But we're setting it to a custom. The ISO is going to be 100 through 1600. And if you're doing a little bit more of low light, you change it to 3200. On the other side, you're going to have your shutter speed 1/100 to 1/8000. And you're going to see the EV value be at -3.0, and you're going to change your EV value to plus 0.0 EV. If you go back and look at the EV value, you see it may change to a -1.7. Don't worry, that's the camera's intelligence. Just say, hey, this is what we're supposed to be and what it's really on. The next one is color adjustment. That's all the way in the bottom, and that's going to get you to your sharpness and noise reduction. Noise reduction could be video noise reduction. So the sharpness is going to be -2, and the noise reduction -2. And basically that's it. Hook everything back up, make it a custom, and you're good to go. If you use a microphone, which I'm using now, you're gonna have to change things around in the custom, because when you add it, it's gonna go to that particular mic and setting. Since I set this up without a mic, it's going to be stereo for the microphone and noise reduction for the wind. And that'll be standard. I apologize when I had to stop and show a person the camera, and now we're continuing where I left off, and hopefully I can remember. We have told you everything about C1, daytime vlogging, and here we are. I hope you can get an excellent picture video of this, because this is my take of C1 to be the best custom setting to use out of the camera. I normally do things at the very beginning, as you saw, in a standard video resolution. So what we got here, different types of, not scenery, because this is city life. And what we're going to do is change over to a low light setup that we still and can use for C2. And the difference with C2 will be we're changing the ISO up to 3200 and putting on the auto low light enhancement. I'll do my best to again put up in the description over here C2. C2 is going to be the same 4K 24 frames per second, rock steady. If you want rock steady plus or horizon balance, that's all you. And you change your color adjustment, that would be the sharpness -2 and the noise reduction -2. And you change the exposure value, yes, that'd be EV to 0.00, which I love. -0.3 to -0.5. And I also would change the shutter from 1/100 through 1/8000. And the ISO maximum here, it'd be 3200. So it's 1/100, 100 through 3200. I apologize. We all know with the GoPro, in a low light situation like so, or even the Osmo, this is still low light. It is not high noon yet, but it is about the golden hour. The sun is first coming up, it's behind clouds, and this is where C2 would work best in situations. So if you're in a forest and you are with the sun above you and the trees all around you, wouldn't you want to have a little bit more light in the camera and all that good stuff? I sure would. So what I'm going to do is basically finish off my vlog in my default and show you what it looks like. And I'll tell you when I switch off, when I talk about it, have my hands over here. But before I switch off, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go back and forth of all three. I'm not going to tell you which is what. I'm not going to know which is what. I could go C1, then I could do my video, and I could end it and then say C2, do my video, end it, and go video. Do my video and end it, and you won't know because I'll clip it out. I'll know which one it is, and I could probably put a number to it that I would know a way of doing it. But I'm just going to do it randomly and enjoy the video. When I get down to the back of the area, back of the house, then I'll start to switch over to my default and make my decision for me in my video. I hope you enjoyed this long vlog of the customs. So now I can separate my video of C1, put it up, separate my video of C2, put it up, and then put this third one up as my whole video. And these are my notes. And the good thing about it is you meet people, you talk about the camera, and you don't sell them, you tell them the open and honest truth about what it is. And I said, you're better off with the Osmo Action 4 than the GoPro. You heard about GoPro, right? Okay, we're starting off and we're randomly picking a settings, and we may just simply take off the microphone because it makes it a lot harder for me to do a lot of pressing. So here we go. Now I hope you enjoyed the vlog and me talking about making a customs and finding the one that the person used. Like I said, I removed the microphone so this way you can get an idea what's happening here and you have an idea what the video is all about. Well, you're gonna know I've been switching back and forth, and I don't like using the this quick switch button for the reasons of every time I use it, I start back at C1. And that's why I like for a video mode only for C1, C2 through 5 in video mode. If I go into photo, I want photo 1, photo 2, like that. And slow motion, the same thing. So they could do A1, B1, C1, right? Well, like you and me, I'm going to be looking at my videos and deciding what's what. I don't know what's what because I'm just hitting the button randomly and picking the ones I want. Oh wow, lettuce growing already? That is fast, man. You should go see that romaine popping up. That's what it looks like. Okay, this is C1. I'm gonna just leave it like that, and I'm gonna talk for a couple of seconds, and then I'm gonna switch to C2 when I start to hit the shadows over here. This is C2. As you can see, I'm in a little bit of a shadowy area, and then I'm gonna switch to, you got it, default. And this is my default video. And like I said, I don't love the quick start changing. It always starts at C1. So I know C1, C2, C3, and then photo, video. So every time I stop the video, I'm on C2. I want to go to C1. That's great. So make C1 your primary and make C2 and video your secondary. Because when you stop the video and saying, hey, was I just on my default video and I want to go back to C1? Are you going to have anything in your actual media file telling you you are on C1? I don't know. And that's why I hardly ever use, you got it, the customs. Oh, let's not forget, you can swipe and it doesn't have to talk to you, but I'm pressing the quick start button. And the one thing is, yeah, man, hit the shutter, let me know what you're shooting. So when you hit the shutter, C1, video. Okay, so we're shooting video. Now, I like profile names of GoPro. I love profile names. He's laughing at me. He's telling you that the C1, C2 photo and video are not to his liking. I'm going to do this one and finish up here. We're on default, right? And you let me know which ones you like of all three. C1, C2, video. On that note, I'm Fish. And we'll see you on other videos soon to come.